Hi, this is Dr. Riaz Khan, Department of Zoology from Government Degree College, Narayanpet, District Mahbub Nagar. Today's our topic is Dracunculus medinensis or Guinea worm. It is important for 15 marks purpose. For BSc BGC first semester purpose. Now we are going to enter our topic content. Okay, next taxonomy means that parasite taxonomy. The parasite belongs to phylum Nematohelminthes and class Nematoda, genus Dracunculus, species Medinensis. So Dracunculus medinensis belongs to phylum Nematohelminthes. Okay. The parasite has few common names like Guinea worm, serpent worm, dragon worm, Medina worm. Why we are called Guinea worm? Because it was found in Guinea country, so we call Guinea worm. Why we call the serpent worm? In Bible it referred as a fiery serpent worm, hence we call serpent worm. Dragon worm, you know about the dragon because it was found in the China, hence we call dragon worm. We also called the Medina worm. Why we are called Medina worm? It was found in the Arabian areas. This is the taxonomy and their common names. Next distributions. The parasite distributed, where it was found, in which country it was distributed It found in mainly dry region of Africa, some part of the India, Arabia and China. In India, it occur only few remote villages of the Rajasthan desert. But now the parasite is completely eradicated in India. But it still occurs only in Africa. So 9 African countries affected by this parasite. Among that 9 countries, most affected country is South Sudan. See here table, see this mark. I will show you the, okay, see. This is the Sudan See almost 6,000 cases Next Ghana, next Mali, next Nigeria. These are the cases reported in the African countries but most of the cases reported in the where South Sudan. These are the distribution of parasite. Next, parasite morphology. Morphology are their structures. Okay, it is one of the largest parasite in Nematohelminthes. Okay, next, they are unisexuals. Unisexual means what? Sexes are separate. Sexes are separate means what? Male and females are separate. So we call unisexual. Second point or next, they shows sexual dimorphism. What? Sexual dimorphism means what? If male and female identified based on their external features, remember their external features, then we call sexual dimorphism. So here we can easily identify male Guinea worm, female Guinea worm based on their external features. Okay Next, female length is 60 centimeter to 3 meter. Male length is 20 to 30 millimeter. So finally what female is larger than the male, which if worm is large or large, that is a female. If worm is small, that is called the male. Okay, next male contain two large spicules two large spicules. See here male contain two large spicules, but female do not have these spicules Okay, next the worm esophagus has two regions. One is One is this ma, narrow muscular regions, sima, narrow muscular regions. Two is what ma, broad glandular structures. So what I am saying ma, the esophagus has two regions. One is narrow muscular regions, two is broad glandular structures. Okay ma. Next ma, the female lifespan is 1 year, the male lifespan is 6 months. Okay ma. Next ma, life cycle. Okay, it is a digenetic parasites. What? Digenetic parasite means what? In name itself there ma, digenetic. Di means two, means if organism complete their life cycle in two host, if organism complete their life cycle in two host, we call digenetic parasites. So okay, so primary host is Uma, primary host is human, the secondary host is cyclops. Okay, these are the digenetic parasite. Next ma, their life cycles, how the parasite enter into the human and how it goes the outside, and the way how they enter the man. Okay ma, now we are discussing the that things very easy ma. So listen ma, first this parasite enter into the man by drinking the raw water which is contain infected cyclops. Remember ma, infected cyclops. What? Infected cyclops means what? Means the cyclops has the guinea worm larvae. Guinea worm larvae cyclops are called infected cyclops. If cyclops do not have guinea worm larvae, we can't say it is an infected larvae. Even that normal cyclops do not harm the human being ma, only infected cyclops harms the human being. So what is that ma, infected cyclops? Means that cyclops has the guinea worm larvae. Remember these things ma. Okay, so what I am saying ma, this parasite enter into the man by drinking the raw water. The raw water contain the infected cyclops. Okay, next ma, finally human being drinking the raw water which is contain the infected cyclops. So after this, cyclops slowly goes to the stomach where cyclops is die due to the effect of gastric juice, but larva is live. Remember one more thing my dear, important things. When cyclops reach the stomach, cyclops is die due to the gastric juice effect, but larva is live. Why? Why the cyclops is die? Why the larva is live? Why the gastric juice not kill the larvae? Why it kill the cyclops? Simple reason ma. That is mainly three reasons why the parasite or larvae live. Three reasons mainly ma. One is adaptations, parasitic adaptations. What are the adaptations? Many things is there, but our topic purpose I said only two adaptations ma. First adaptations, the parasite body covered by the tegument. On that tegument gastric juice won't work ma. Second one, parasite secretes anti-enzymes. That enzymes protect the parasite from the gastric juice and our HCl acid. Okay ma. Okay, remember that things ma. So why the larvae is live? Simple, parasitic adaptations. What are the adaptations? The body covered by the tegument layer. Second one, the parasite secretes the what ma, anti-enzymes. So that's why the gastric juice won't work on the parasite. Okay ma. Next, later after this larvae penetrate the gut and reach the connective tissue. In that connective tissue, it grows well and also attain sexual maturity. Okay ma. After attaining sexual maturity, so they copulate. After copulations, male die. Female worm after male die, then female worms slowly migrate to the subcutaneous tissue of the leg and form a blisters. Okay. Okay, then when later this infected persons enter into the water. If the infected persons enter into water, the parasite worms came outside and rupture the blisters and release the larvae in water. So then finally what happened larvae comes into the water. So this larvae freely swimming on surface of water, and this larvae after some time they swimming and attached to the cyclops, or sometimes cyclops directly ingest the larvae. So after parasite larvae enter into the cyclops body, that larvae undergoes metamorphosis and it become a infective larvae. This infective stage larvae cyclops again enter into the man by the drinking of raw water. This is the life cycle Simply remember here how it is entered. How it is entered the parasite enter into the man by drinking of raw water, which is contain what infected cyclops. If that raw water do not have infected cyclops, it do not affect this parasite. Only if the raw water has infected cyclops, you get this guinea worm. Okay, after enter the body, it goes to the stomach, then release the larvae. Okay, where it goes to the connective tissue and grows and sexual maturity. After copulations, male die, female goes to the leg and form a blisters. This blister person or infected persons touch or enter into the waters. The worm came and rupture the blisters and release the larvae into the water. So after release the larvae into water, what happened they freely swimming, the larvae freely swimming on the water and attached to the cyclops body. Sometimes cyclops directly ingest the larvae. When larvae enter into the cyclops body, that larvae undergoes metamorphosis. What metamorphosis means? Transformation means the larvae develop or transform one form to the another form, means advanced form, undergoes metamorphosis and it became a infective larvae. So this infective stage larvae cyclops, when this infective stage larvae cyclops enter into the man by the which mode drinking of raw water. This is the life cycle Next here life cycle diagrammatic view Okay, so how it is entered how it is entered, just now I said how the parasite enter into the man by the drinking of raw water. That raw water contain what which one infected cyclops. When man drink the infected cyclops water, so when man drink the which water in cyclops infected waters, then that water slowly reach the stomach, where what happen cyclops is die. Then which one is released? Larvae is released. Then this larvae slowly goes to the connective tissue. In that connective tissue, what happen it grows and attains sexual maturity. When they attain sexual maturity, they copulate. After copulation, what happen male die. Then what happen? So then female start. See, listen then see, female start see, okay, I will show you the female female start migration migration toward the subcutaneous tissue of the legs and form a like that blisters Okay, when this blister persons or this parasite infected persons like that these are water these are the waters. When enter into the waters, the female worm rupture this blisters and release the cyclops. Release the cyclops. Okay, release the cyclops. Okay, then the cyclops what happen in waters freely swim after 1 hour 2 hours they attach to the where ma the cyclops attached to the where ma the cyclops body. Okay, after attached to the cyclops body or sometime what happen ma that cyclops directly ingest the this what ma this larvae. Okay, we can't there ma this larvae. After this larva enter into the cyclops body, what happen ma that larva is transform or undergoes metamorphosis and it become an infective stage. So when you take this when you drink this cyclops contain this infected cyclops water, then that cyclops enter into your body, then enter into the body, what happens, cyclops die, larvae release, again that larvae mature in connective tissue, then it goes and it then after fertilizations what happen ma male die, again female goes to the your leg side and form the blisters. When you enter into the water, what happen ma the female came the outside, rupture the blisters and release the larvae. That larvae freely swim on the water. After some time that larvae attached to the cyclops body. So this process is continue process ma. Mainly you remember here one thing ma, how the parasite enter into the human being. How enter ma, simply by entering how ma, drinking of raw water which is contain what ma, most important, which is contain what ma, infected cyclops. One more important, remember infected cyclops means what ma, the larva, the cyclops has guinea worm larvae. If cyclops has guinea worm larvae, so we call infected larvae. If cyclops do not have any guinea worm larvae, we can't say infected larvae. It is a simple larvae, it won't harm us. Okay, this is the what ma life cycle of the guinea worm. Okay ma. Now diagnosis. How we diagnosis this one is the guinea worm parasite. How? Only we take 3 parameters ma. One is ma based on local blister on legs. See ma, see here, based on local, based on what ma? Based on local blisters on legs. See, these are the blisters. So based on these blisters we identify this is the guinea worm. Okay, next next parameter is what ma? The female worm appear under the skin. What ma second parameter? The female worm appear under the skin. See ma, see. See like that, see ma, like the female worm appear under the skin. See, okay ma, female worm like that appear under the skin. Okay ma, these are the second parameter. Next what ma? Next what ma? Third parameter is what ma? The infected people feel the movement of parasite, feel the movement of worm under their skins. Means the infected person get some feeling ma, something is move on their skin. So this is the third diagnostic feature ma. So they are the mainly 3 diagnostic characters ma. First one is what ma? Based on local blisters. First one is what ma? Local on based on local blisters. Second one is what ma? The female worm appear under the skin. Third one is what ma? Infected people feel the movement of worm under their skin. Okay, these are the diagnosis characters. Very easy ma. Blisters, appearance, feeling. Remember these things. Symptoms. What are the symptoms of this guinea worm? Generally ma, this disease caused by the Dracunculus, so we call dracunculiasis or guinea worm disease. What are the symptoms? General symptoms ma, vomiting, diarrhea, dizziness, edema, difficult to work. Yes, difficult to work. That leg has a lot of blisters, how can work freely ma? Difficult to work. Here one more thing ma, here ma the see here ma the burning, the blisters, the intense itching ma, intense itching occur in the blisters ma, intense itching. We can't sit simply. If the intense itching, our hand goes to the blisters and rupture it. Few minutes we get relaxed, but after we get intense burning and very painful ma. So you get itching, don't be rupture this blisters. If you rupture, you get few minutes relax. After 20 minutes, you can't bear that intense burning as well as pain ma. Okay, these are the some symptoms. What are the symptoms? Simply, the disease is called drunkenculiasis because it caused by the that worm. Vomiting, diarrhea, dizziness, edema. But main characterism difficult to walk. Second one is rashes with severe itching ma. Okay, see ma, these are the see ma, these are the so okay, these are the ma, see the blisters ma. If you rupture those blisters, you get intense burning and pain ma, like that. If you this is the natural blister ma. When you rupture, it become like that ma. We can't imagine that pain ma. These are the rupture blisters. Okay, this is the worm ma. Okay, sometime this worm also goes to the our joint ma. See here says joint also. Okay, these are the some symptoms of the this guinea worm ma. Next, treatment. What are the treatments is there for controlling the this guinea worm? We have a 4 options or 4 methods to be remove this parasite. First, it is cured by metronidazole drug. Means the drug not completely kill the that parasite ma. The drug prevent only bacterial infection and reduce the swelling and burning on the blister. That's it. That means the metronidazole cannot remove or eradicate or kill the parasite. It give only some relax. Means what type of relax? It prevent the bacterial infection, and next what might reduce the swelling and burning in blisters. Second method is what ma? Second method is what ma? Extraction of the female by rolling it by what ma? By rolling it what ma stick. See here ma. See here. What I am saying ma? Second method. Where is what I see ma? This is the blisters. Okay, when the blister is ruptures, the worm is came outside ma. Then what ma? So we take the tail of the that worm, then we slowly roll it the stick. Okay, how roll it the stick? It takes ma, the rolling the takes week or 1 month. If worm is 3 meter, it take 1 month to come to outside. So daily it come some outside, then you roll it. So it take 1 month process or week process ma, depend on size of the worm ma, depend on the size of the worm. So what I am saying ma, second one, extraction of the female worm by rolling it round the stick. Okay, it take the rolling, it take the week or 1 month, depend on the worm length. Next ma, third one is what ma? Exposing blister area to cold water. What is the benefit? We exposing our blisters to cold water. Generally that parasite like the water ma. When your blister expose the cold water, that parasite quickly come outside. Then we take the tail, then we start rolling the where ma? Stick. So exposing blister area to cold waters. Why we expose the cold water? Because that larva quickly come the outside when the blister dip in the cold water ma. Then ma, last process is removing through the surgical process. So very rarely we use this surgical process ma. Mostly we use only what ma, the generally exposing the blister area to cold water or extractions. Sometime you take the drug, the metronidazole drug. Okay ma. These are the what ma? These are the treatment. So what are the treatments ma? First treatment is what ma? It cured by metronidazole drug. It not complete control ma. It only give relax. What type of relax ma? The drug prevent the bacterial infection and reduce the swelling and burning in the blisters. Second method is what ma? Extraction of female worm by what ma? By what ma? Rolling the stick, like that ma. Rolling the stick. It take the rolling process take the week or 1 month. It's depend on worm size. Okay ma. Next ma, the third process what ma, exposing blister area to cold water. Why we exposing our blister to cold water? When our blister dip into water, the female worm quickly came outside. So that's why we have to be expose our blister to cold water. Fourth process, removing the surgical process. These are the what ma, these are the what ma, treatment. Okay, next ma, control or preventions. How do we prevent this larva, how we control to this larvae enter into the man or human being? First control measures ma, first control measures what ma, first control measures is drinking the boil or filter water. If drinking the boil waters, what boil water means, it kill the, if you water boil, then what happen ma, the cyclops is killed, the boil water kill the cyclops. Filter the water. Why we are filtering the water? Means filtering means it prevent the cyclops enter into the drinking water. So we have to be drink only boil and filter water. Next prevention method is what ma, we have to be avoid the bathing or swimming in drinking water, pond and lakes. Or most of the people enjoying in the swimming and bathing in the drinking water, ponds and lakes ma. Second, the third process is what ma, installation of hand pumps. Yeah, most of our urban, semi-urban villages have almost hand pumps and bores, tank waters, no problem ma. But some remote villages still they are suffering from the pure water ma. Next more important method to control this thing ma, most important ma, cap or cover the drinking water well. Listen ma, why I am quoted here, cap or cover the drinking water well. See, this is the drinking water well. Why I am saying cover the, why I am saying ma, cover the or cap the drinking water well? It has, we can't say simply the cover, it has some reason ma. So if we cover the ma, the drinking water well, what happen ma, it prevent the cyclops growth by controlling the sunlight. What I am saying ma here, if you cover the wall by the cap, so what happen ma, it prevent the cyclops growth. How it prevent the cyclops growth? It means it prevent the sunlight enter into the water. What is the relationship between the sunlight and cyclops? Simply ma, when sunlight enter into the water, it increase the food source of cyclops ma. So that's why we cap the well. For what purpose? Preventing the sunlight enter into the water. So if sunlight enter into the water, automatically the sunlight increase the food source of cyclops. So we have to must cover our drinking water well by the cover or cap, which is reduce the food resources of cyclops. Okay, these are the control or prevention methods. How many prevention methods are there ma? We have 5 or 4. First one is what ma, drinking the boil or filter waters. Second one, avoid the bathing. Third one is installation of hand pumps. The fifth one is cap or cover the drinking water well. Why we are cover the well? Simply, if you cover the well, means almost you prevent the cyclops. How to prevent the cyclops? If the sunlight is not enter into the water, the food is, if not enter, the food is not increased in the well, so automatically cyclops is almost their number is reduced. These are the prevention methods. Okay, based on these prevention methods, what you learn ma, which water you have to be drink? You have to drink open water like canal water, river water or lake waters. So based on this study ma, don't drink the open waters like canal or river or lake, anything, or pond, because the open waters is the sources of many bacteria, many virus, many parasites. So try to be take filters and boil waters to please avoid the open waters ma. This is our parasite prevention methods ma. Thank you for patience listening my class. Okay ma, bye.